you meet an adult. That adult is already formed. So it's what the adult knows, that the adult is how the adult does it. Okay. Right? Honestly, there was a time that if you do me something, hey, just do me one. You don't need to do too much. Just do one. I will be shouting and be entering where I'm going. Like, it's not the one that I will keep calm, then I'll come and meet you and give it to you. No. I will. So, see, God has many children, honestly. Like, as I'm close, I will be giving it like this as I'm coming till I get to that person. And if you join me on the road, you enter, you take your own and you move like that. But that's the truth. Because for me, well, it's not of my life. Not necessarily because that's how I've been. If my parents can be stern. They can. My mother doesn't need to tell you she has written you off. She will say it to herself. I've written this person off, and you will see it in her action, right? She will not. When you say, "Do you want to do something?" She will say, she will be acting as if she's not interested. Because truly she's not interested. She's not going to hug. She's not coming. She doesn't know how to do it. I'll give you an example. She will say something like, well, when we were living somewhere and we were going to move, and she's like, if you don't come and visit me in this my 3-bedroom, when I move to my mansion, I will be staying upstairs and be greeting you. You not enter my mansion. That's how my mother is. See her, relate with her now, and I know I picked a bit of that, although even if I have more people, I like people around me much more than she does, right? But somehow, I don't know where I picked it from. That when you want to deal with issue, just deal with it from beginning to end, like just scatter everywhere. But as time went on, as I began to understand and began to see things differently, right? And began to see things like when the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? The way I would deal with, if I would be like, I would tell myself, if this person does not tell me, if I behave like this and nobody tells me, will I like it? If I tell myself I will not like it, I will tell the person. Like, that's my gauge, right? I try to do all of those, put those parameters just to help guide me and how I'm able to.
It becomes a little bit tricky when you're talking to your partner. I need to understand, because it's easier to say you're my junior at work, or do this, you are wrong, or you're stupid, or you're this. But your partner has done something that you need to tell the person, and you know how he gets or how she gets over time. He probably has pride.
I don't think like that now. So I think that there's always someone said that thing, and how you need to communicate to someone. How one needs to be communicated to, right? You need to learn the communication of the next person. So, yes, so I believe in, don't just, I love this person, love is a verb, right?
Okay.
How does this person want to be loved? It's the same way, how can you communicate to this person that you reach this person? Like I said, communication is not, you said it. The person might tell you I've heard, but the person did not hear anything. Why are you hitting her?
Some people hate that conversation. Like, if we have issues, just let's avoid it.
Why are you in that relationship? No. Let's take it from there. Wait. No, it's true. If you're in a relationship that you cannot have a conversation, there's a problem, number one. How can you be in a relationship that you cannot have conversation? I don't like conversation. Why are we there? Because this is the person you are with for the rest of your life. You don't like conversation. Go and learn how to converse. Then you can go and be in a relationship. If not, you are not. Just stay by yourself.
Okay.
So that means the person cannot say, I don't like conversation. It's not. You can't say you don't like conversation, right? Because, and those are the things you watch out for. Yeah. You're already in a relationship. You want to say something. The person will want to slap you. Or the person's body is already biting the person. The person is having palpitation. Then there's no need. Because it means that eventually, if two people are going to be on a journey, they have to agree, right? Yeah. It means that as you are going, if you cannot talk, then how will you talk to agree? So you cannot even reach agreement. And most times they say if you get married to someone, the person has to be teachable. You too, you have to have a teachable spirit. How do you teach the person? How does the person teach you?
Okay.
So if you cannot have conversation, be single, please. Don't cause kata for another person and be giving somebody else.
Okay. I understand you, but I am not fully in agreement. I'm not satisfied. But let me let Director Oshara take this. People have different issues. Nobody's perfect, right? And your problem could be conversation. Am I right? Who likes conversation here? Who likes difficult conversations here? Tough conversations. You like tough conversations? Let me see your hand.
No, not tough. Is it that specific tough conversations?
Tough conversations. Difficult. No, let's leave conversations. Those hard, difficult conversations is my issue here. Nobody likes them.
Can I
Yeah,
say
sure.
something? All right, so turn to your neighbor. Wait, let's do something. Turn to your neighbor.
You're my neighbor.
Say neighbor.
Neighbor.
Life is easy.
Life is easy.
Take life easy.
Take life easy.
In life, except you are not a Christian, be humble. It will help you. It will save you a lot of stress. You see this talking to leader, talking to subordinates. You see all those structures. They are there for order. They are there so that there can be order.
Yeah.
Actually, nobody is bigger than anybody.
Yes.
Everybody holds intrinsic value.
Yeah.
Everybody holds something that not everybody holds. Do you understand? Everybody holds something that everybody does not hold.
Yeah.
We have things.
So whether it's your subordinate or is your leader, you have to understand that this person carries a value that you need, that you require, as much as you carry a value that they need. On that ground, your life, you see, you are simple. You can learn from tyranny.
Yes.
You can learn from Toka, just staring at him. You can learn from this rug. Oh, life is simple, gone. Now when people they feel say I'm director, now where the war they start to see the way he talk to me. If somebody talks to you and it hurts you, it should not be because of your title. It should be because you should not talk to a human being like that. It's not because of the. I know there is all those things. You will just complicate your life.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to your Oga in any structure, the best way to communicate your stuff is to create rapport. A lot can happen with rapport. Things that a child that runs to meet Pastor Timmy every time after service, go and Pastor. Things that child can tell Pastor Timmy. There can be an adult, because the rapport is not there. The adult cannot tell.
Yeah.
Even in a household, you see that child that we always send to go and tell daddy that, go and tell mommy that, because the rapport is smoother there, is realer there. A lot happens with rapport. Now, when you bring it to relationships, be a child, yeah? As wise as you are, as old as you are, as knowledgeable as, be like a child. That's how to receive the kingdom of God. That's how to experience the kingdom of God in anything. Be like a child. We are not saying don't be firm. Don't take your stand. No. That's not what we are saying. Children take their stand.
Yes.
Children take their stand. This is, mommy, this is what I want to wear. That is what I want to wear. Why do you want to wear it? I like it. No. Firm. Except you have a higher reason.
Yeah.
Oh, the clothes is fine, but where we are going will be cold. So you need to wear a that child will now reason with you. But a child will first take his stand. So I'm not saying be jelly-livered and don't be assertive. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in simplicity, you can communicate faster. Somebody said something. He said, Why do people shout when they are quarreling? People that love each other. Da, 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 da. They are shouting. I had one hot one in my car with somebody here. Shouting. Papa, papa, papa. They shout. They said they shout. You know? You will not hear jack shit. You know why? Because at that moment, your hearts are far apart. That's why your voice has to be loud. But do you know that there are people, that, why do lovers whisper?
We don't know. We don't have lover.
Let me tell you something. One guy,
tell us.
the thing, he shocked me. The guy, he carried phone. He was beside me. He was talking. I did not hear. I say, hey, Jesus. How? Something had told me that after the call, I should ask him, now your baby, they follow talk, Abi. He say, yes. But that same babe, if they get beginner, they shout. But I was standing beside this guy. I just see lips, they move. She make I no come wine you now. I've practiced it over and over. And my wife, they hear. I will deliberately talk low. So let me show up. She they hear. How did they hear? Because the hearts are together. In fact, it's so deep that at some point you don't need to even say anything.
Yes.
The vibe is right.
Yes.
You get each other.
Yes.
That's why when people talk, you know, there was one people they used to say that this guy, you know, I say you don't know the relationship between me and my wife, and you can never know it. You can never know it. If we're in a public place, you likely will not see me with my wife hanging around doing PDA. You might not see it, but waiting join me and that babe.
God, I beg now.
You cannot understand it. You know, so when you approach relationships with simplicity, with humility, you are not trying to be right. You are trying to understand. The quarrel I had with Auntie Jessica here, it was when I shutted up and just listened to her through. Because before, when she was saying the story, I would cut her. I would say, no, it's not. So she now said, can you just listen to me? She said, you are not listening. I said, okay. So I now kept quiet. She was telling the story. Jesus. When she landed the story, I laughed. The thing that was causing the quarrel, two different things, unconnected, was what was causing quarrel between us. And I said, is that your story? I said, Jesus. I now said my own story. She started laughing like, two things that does not, now we were quarreling. So don't try to be right. Just try to, let me hear, okay, talk. Listening is like the biggest skill in communication. Just knowing how to shut up. And you are not listening because you want to respond. You are listening because you want to understand. And let me tell you a trick. If you have a thing to suggest to your Oga, don't go and say, Esa, the way this formula you are using, isn't it obvious to you that it's not working, sir? Esa, do it like this. Wisdom. Do it. Say, Baba, do it. If you don't work, call me custard. No, calm down. This is the way to suggest things to your Ogas. You see, sir, first you have to compliment the existing rubbish. Papa, you did try. Now rubbish, you know it's rubbish. Papa, man, I did learn from you. See, most of the things I do, they say I'm whining people. I'm not whining you. I'm trying to get into your head.
Wow.
No, wait. No. It is. Because if you don't feel appreciated, you won't listen to me. No matter how intelligent I am. So when I raise my hand, I can't, Jesus, I can't prostrate for anybody. I can worship you if you want worship. So this is the way to do it. Affirm the person, affirm the actions. Then now say, don't you think that if we do it like this, you might have a better result though? In fact, the way you even present it, you won't own it. You will give it as if let the person take the glory. let the person give it to the person as if it's the person's idea. That I think GM go like him if you do him like this. You are the one that has the idea. It will profit us. It will increase your KPI if you do it like this. You are not owning it. You are dropping it. But which is why the bedrock of why you are doing that, it has to be love too.
Yes.
That you love the company, you love the church, you love the organization, you love your unit, and you love your Oga, and you don't mind seeing him or her shine. Don't try to take glory to yourself. Give it, let it go. Let it go. Do you understand? So in relation with your partner, in fact, number one, don't go and date idiots. Don't date fool.
I was coming to that idiot part.
Because idiots plenty now.
Exactly. There are a lot. We'll be talking about talking, having difficult conversations, but there's also the listening part, right? People don't know how to talk. We have to admit that some people don't know how to talk. So you can do something wrong, and the person is like, why would you do it like this? Don't you have sense? You might want to explain, but they've told you, don't you have sense? And you're already thinking, how did we get here?
In fact, don't you have sense? The interpretation is, in fact, the interpretation at the subconscious level is you don't have
You
sense.
don't have sense, thank you.
So, since you already said I don't have sense, why are we now talking? Do you understand?
So it makes listening difficult. I can't even hear you at that point because you my brain your horse, thank you.
Mama, you want to say something?
So DG, I would like to know, how do you handle people? How do you listen to people that don't know how to talk? Partners that don't know how to talk?
Hello.
No vex, I'm giving you the hard questions.
No, because partners that don't know how to talk.
Can I?
Wait first. Me, sorry, our approach is different, right? And I will still go back to the beginning. The beginning is, so sometimes I don't see, sometimes people say, oh, I did not know. You already knew that person is true. A lot of times we hear that, someone say, oh, that's how my husband, that's how my wife. You already knew that person is like that, right? My question always goes back to the basics. Why did you? Because you already knew. So when you get to that point and you see someone that you're now with someone that cannot talk, most times it's better you keep quiet first. Because the truth is, if you say it like you said, don't you have sense? It's already offensive. You don't have sense. If you reply in that moment, you will not reply as someone that has sense. You will really reply like someone that don't have sense. Yes, you will give validation to that not having sense. So I think the first thing to do, right, is keep quiet first. And it also depends on how, you already said the process. The person is the one that already told you don't have sense, right? You keep quiet first. Because then later you can go ahead and say, okay, you can address it. And don't just address what the person said, don't do it, or don't you have sense. Also address the reason why, yes. So, explain to the person that, actually, so in my head, maybe because the reason why it's difficult for me to comprehend is, I don't even understand how I will be married to somebody that will tell me, don't you have sense? So I'm trying to comprehend it, because even when you want to tell that kind of person that, this thing you said to me, it really got to me, this one, that one, the person will not understand it. Because the person is true. The person cannot understand why you are saying, let me tell you how the argument will go. But I did not mean it. Not that I did not mean it. But it was just something that I just said now. It's not that you don't have sense. It's not that deep. The person will not. Is that why you are angry? You should not be angry. The person cannot, but the person, that's not enough reason for you to be angry. So the person has already dismissed your feeling. Right? So you see that it can lead to a lot of things. Once that feeling is dismissed, it's already piling up somewhere, waiting for the day to erupt. You see why the foundation should be good first. To avoid eruption in the future.
Okay.
Because whoever you are married to, you should be able to tell, even if the person, at that moment, the person said something you do not like, the truth is not to respond. Even honestly, between me and PJ, right? If I say something, he does not like it. Me, I'll be waiting. Like I can say something, he will not respond. Because me, I'll be waiting for response, immediate response, right? It's not. Maybe it's not even an argument thing. Maybe I said something that we're supposed to do, and then he does not say anything. He will now go out. I will not send him a message. But I told you something today. You did not say anything. I've come to realize that it's because he doesn't want to say the wrong things at that time. That's why he did not say anything. He will come back in the night. Most times he will come back, his work, he will come back 9, 10. It's that time he will not say, hey, so that thing that, so I think that we should do it like this, like this, like this. He doesn't want to now say the one that when he says it, we will not end there. We will not carry it tomorrow, next year, it's still there.
Okay.
Right? And if he comes to say it, I shouldn't. So it's easier when you get married to someone, when you are with someone that your communication, like you can easily say what you need to say, and the person won't feel offended. Like he can come and tell me now, that thing you said that time, I think that, and I should not be offended that he's upset about it or that he felt hurt about it, right? I should see that this person is, the same way I will feel offended or hurt about something that he does. He has the right to feel hurt about something that I did. And he has every right to want to hear an apology from me, and I should be able to give that apology.
True.
But all this process will be hard if the person in the first place does not even understand. So that's why the person can tell you don't have sense, and the person does not see any reason why you should be upset about it.
Okay. DJ, before I throw the questions open to the audience, I want to ask you, I've never come to your house and seen less than 5 people. Never, ever. So there's always a crowd at your house. So how do you handle conflict with everybody around you?
Okay. God bless you. No, but honestly, we don't used to. Okay, so obviously, when you are, as long as you are mixing with people, there will be, because if people did not come, even within siblings, there is conflict. So there's no way you will not have it. So the most times, I would say, sometimes everybody have their way in communicating what's happened to them, right? In that moment, if I'm there, if PJR is there, everybody will put mouth. And we believe that we've talked about it. Everybody move forward, right? Okay, well, how did this happen? Okay, this is the final analysis. Let's go. Or if it's me that is directly affected, I'll call everybody. Okay, this is it. And for me, I believe that we have talked about it. Move forward. Don't come and drag me back. That's for us. That's what it is. It's not that we want to sleep and dwell there and you'll be offended tomorrow. Don't come to my house. In fact, sometimes when I don't see that, I'll say, "What did I do?" I will even say, "What did I do? Anything that I've not seen in my house?" I will say, because in my head, whatever it is, as long as you've talked about it, you should not go beyond that.
Okay.
You've talked about it, should be.
So, I want to ask, do partners, do they intentionally want to poke others? Let me give you an example. They will say something intentionally to annoy their partner, to bring out that fire, to bring out that fight. I saw a video recently where they said, "You are too calm." She was talking to her husband, that he's too calm.
Okay, that video.
Yes, she likes fight. She wants fight once in a while. So,
me, I used to do it too. Because my wife is so cool. It's not good to be eating sugar.
So you guys intentionally seek out conflict?
Yeah, but not on me. Not on a... Me, I know say we know if we fight. Do you understand? Because we are stuck together forever. Do you understand? That's the contract, that's the covenant, that's the vow, that's the... so you don't get where anybody they go.
Then, before you continue, I want to also add, what is your reaction? How do you handle anger? What do you do when you're angry?
When someone makes me angry.
When you're annoyed, do you address it immediately? Do you walk away?
It depends. It depends on the person.
Okay.
The person in question, then it depends on the context. Okay. But naturally, if it's somebody I don't think will understand me on that spot,
okay.
And I think the trick to it is to have a handle on your own emotions.
Okay.
First. See, that somebody will make you angry, that one is given.
Yeah.
It's normal. at different levels. Bus conductor. There are many things and many people that can and that will make you angry. But if my wife makes me angry, if Josh makes me angry, if my wife, if a conductor makes me angry, the way I will.
Why are you pointing at her?
If a
conductor,
if a conductor makes me angry, the way I will undo will be different.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
For example, you know that you should not be bantering words with a conductor.
No.
I don't do them before, Shabo. But it's not normal. You are a conductor. Do you understand? So,
Can't communicate.
the way I will handle issues with Josh should be different from the way I will handle issues with my wife, you know. But when it's a place where you know that you can't, if you talk, you might spoil things, you must develop the skill of shut up. It's a skill. You must learn it. You don't have to always say everything at that same point. No, I just pour my heart. So this just you pour everything and then
It had to be gone.
we be, you know. So there are things you have to. There are things that have happened. I just went to sleep, and I'm not whining you. I will just go and sleep because I don't even know what to say or do right now. I'll just go and sleep. By the time I wake up, my head is clear, you know, and then I can handle things rationally. You should be able to track your internals, your emotions, what's rising within you. Sure, you don't do like make you slap this person, you know, and you can't slap, so you go and sleep, you know, or things like that. But I think that's pretty much.
Thank you so much.
Let me just, so when it comes to relationship, right, just to add this, the reason why I always say the foundation and your dating time, right, is because when it comes to marriage, communication is very key.
Yeah.
Like, it would help you, because like I always look at it, see, you are not, you know, a lot of times you want to tick the boxes. We've gone to school, we are getting married, we have born children. It's life, you are living life. So you see sometimes some people will say, we are not doing again. Why? Irreconcilable differences. You are stupid. It's like, what is that difference? And when you look at it, it's not any serious thing. No. It's not, sometimes, most times, it's not serious. You don't marry before, it's an face. So, it's not serious. You did not wash plate, you wash plate.
You press toothpaste for the
You did
printer.
not check Nico. You did not ask me how I'm feeling. You did not, all those things, you begin to get offended because of that thing, right? But because your partner, right, if people are trying to, you are still knowing, you are still knowing, you know.
Yeah.
Married 20 years, you are still knowing yourself.
each other,
You know they know yourself, finish.
True.
So your ability to be able to, at that point, be able to communicate to the other person, for the person to understand that this is how, and trust me, the thing they change. As life is happening, it's changing. When you both of you are together, you want things like this. When you don't born pikin, one child, there's how something will change. You born 2, 3, 4, it will be changing like that. So your ability to be able to communicate, and be able to be, yes, even being dynamic, even in that, okay, this is how we're doing it before, now we have to shift. You cannot be one-way traffic forever and ever in that, never ever. So that's why as you are doing dating, you are even relating with someone, people have not even started dating, people are just in talking stage, or if people are just friends, you already know whether this, if you end up with this person, whether your life, you already know. So there's no need, just be patient, even if you feel like it will take 20 years again before the person will come. And that's why you see that sometimes it's hard for people to say, oh, we're already close to marriage. They've already seen it. But because they're already preparing for marriage, they've done introduction, they've even done engagement, they'll say, no, let me manage. You cannot manage. It will change.
You don't know when.
You don't know when.
What is when you die like this?
It's true now, after I don't
After you know, you go come meet another person, you go come change. You don't. The truth is, you don't have. See, that change is not. It's not your control.
Yes.
I watched one video during the week. I was telling Pimu, I said this Proverbs 31 couple is like it's following us everywhere. I was just seeing content. But the guy was saying, you might even see that person has that, like we talk about Proverbs 31 woman, the guy has the Proverbs 31 man, everything, but it has not manifested yet. But you know that is going. I think I sent it to you. I sent it to you. Check your this thing. You can see it, that this thing will happen, but it has not manifested. How long is your patience for that thing to manifest? Because even the guy know they see him. You've seen it, but the guy might not see it. Likewise, you are seeing the woman. Proverbs says, but it never manifests. When people are together, how long are you willing to be patient for that thing to manifest, for the person to see it, for it to manifest? And in that period, how are you managing the person? Right? It's a whole lot. And that's why when he says that, your own thermometer, your emotional thermometer has to be steady. You have to have control of yourself. If you don't have control of yourself, even the person will carry you to where you don't know. Because you just see that. You see, hear some people say sometimes, I've lost myself. I'm losing myself. I don't know who I am anymore. It's not anything. It's the fact that you have not been able to. So it's a lot. So when it comes to relationship, don't wait till that time to let the foundation be right. It's always better and easier for both parties, honestly.
Okay, so we are running out of time, and I would take. Do we have questions? I'll take like 3 of them if we have. Okay, Josh. Let's start with you. Thank you.
First of all, thank you guys very much. This
Who
has been
your
really...
guy? I've been married for how many years?
Sorry.
I'm
Thank
joking.
you.
I'm joking.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Director Shara and General. Thank you very much. This has been really eye-opening. My brother beside me said this is a wisdom class, and yes, indeed it has been. So this is more of a comment / wanting to get your opinion. So it is my personal rule that first of all, everybody's feelings are valid.
Yeah.
So if someone comes to me and said, you said this and I was offended, my instinct usually, my instinct would be, why you're offended? Just, so I grew to understand that, first of all, there's a reason why they are offended at it. So even if you don't feel like it's worth getting offended over, your response should be, okay, I'm sorry I said this. So that, first of all, you have validated the fact that they feel offended. And you can now go ahead to explain why you did what you did, or what you meant by what you did. So that is my personal rule. So the question is, there are times when the person has said they felt this way. You have said, no problem, I'm sorry. But there are tendencies to want to say something like, I'm sorry you feel that way, which can sound as if you are just apologizing, not that you see that you are wrong, but you're just apologizing to the person for apologizing sake. So how do you validate someone's feelings when you feel that, even though you feel offended, I don't think you should be offended at this. So how do you communicate that fact without validating the person's feelings? Without being sensitive, yeah.
Okay, so for...
So, if I'm to understand what you're saying, how do you apologize or how do you validate feelings when you don't feel like you're wrong?
Exactly.
You don't feel like you're wrong, okay. And you're probably not wrong, self. Okay.
Wow. So I think that, like you said, everybody's feeling is valid, but then you also don't have the control over how people feel. That's one, or how they process things. So the truth is, you might actually not be wrong. Personally, I don't think, I think I've even said it to Jessica, oh, I'm sorry you felt that way. That wasn't what I meant. It's an apology. I don't think that the way you feel should condition my apology. It depends, if that apology, is coming from a place of, yes, it's genuine and it's out of love, right? I don't think that is wrong. choice of words. I think the problem is just choice of words. Like, is that a wrong statement in the first place? That's what we should answer. I'm sorry you felt that way. That wasn't what I meant. I don't think it's a wrong choice of word. If you feel somehow and you come to meet me, sorry you felt that way. Please, is it me that went? Is it not like?
It sounds somehow.
Can I just lay on that?
Is it wrong? No, as in the reason why I want to start from that point. Is it a wrong statement, English-wise?
It's not a wrong statement, English-wise, but it just sounds unfeeling.
I think
It sounds emotionless. It sounds abstract.
We are too emotional.
well, emotional beings now. I think it somehow feels as though you really don't understand. So I think maybe something better will be, I'm sorry I made you feel this way. Instead of, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because it is kind of removing yourself from the
That one
equation.
concerns you. It's your feelings.
Exactly,
You
and
understand?
saying that, oh, you are being overly sensitive, and that's why you feel that way.
But like I said, if it's coming,
The person
feels you
them
made
that
the
way,
so
feel that way.
so see so this is me. Like what I'm saying is, I don't think that if your apology is a sincere apology, it should go beyond the words you're like. I don't know how to. It should go beyond the word. Even that person. Like I think that if two mature people are talking,
And also the medium with which that conversation is happening. If it's a
so
vocal
yes. So
conversation,
there are some times that it shouldn't even be done. So for instance, yes, thank you. If it's done over chatting, the person will feel offended. And can they see a lot of written stuff or chatting stuff can actually be taken out of context. So the moment you see that, yes, thank you, context actually also. So the moment you see that, instead of having, so there are sometimes I prefer to have a face-to-face than to, oh, sorry, or I'll make a call. Oh, that's not what. But I think much more than that, we make it, like Oshara said, just live like simple. Why do you have to read meaning into the, sorry you felt that, into the apology? Why do you first have to see something wrong with the apology and still be offended again on top of the apology? We will not apologize again. That's what I'm saying. We are the ones, I think human beings, and so like the way human beings, we make things complex. Why did you tell me? The person has, can you take the apology first? And see it that the person, first of all, give benefit of that. Why does your mind have to first go to this person probably did not, oh, you're not me. They're already apologizing to you, but you're already feeling in your heart that the person is not apologizing to you.
So I think another thing is, because there's this thing called gaslighting now, where somebody is coming to tell you that you did this thing. I don't like the fact that you did this, and the person is gaslighting you and legit making you feel as though you are to blame it.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
it's in the same category as, oh, I'm sorry you
No, it's not the same.
It's
No, it's not the same. No, it's
Let
actually
me-
not the same.
Let me say
it's
something.
not the
please.
same.
Let me say something. So if you tell somebody, whatever got you to a point where you had to apologize to somebody, there's a measure of wrongness.
Wrongness, okay.
Of incorrectness that you should own, that you should admit to.
Okay.
It might not be the intention. It might be how you communicated the intention. It might be because in communication we learn that the feedback is your communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
what that means is that Yoruba has a proverb that Bele has male and female.
What was that?
In fact, I think Bele also is transgender too. But what I'm trying to say is that I can say, Bele, I'm sorry, Bele. Do you understand? So even the way you say I'm sorry you feel that way also matters. So forget about the words. In fact, in verbal communication, you will learn that that the words is like, is it 13%? The words you use is like 30% effectiveness. Your tone is about 80 something. then the rest is your body language. And body language is now even pieces into rishi. Facial expression, gestures, posture, space, proximity, and so many things. So how you say what you say is more important than what you say. Because it's in how you say what you say that I know if you are sincere, if you are talking from love, or you are talking from a place of I want you to know I'm correct. It is how you communicate is a whole thing on its own, not just what you in fact, how you communicate determines what you communicate. So the feedback most of the time is your real communication. So and see, don't go justifying yourself. If I tell doctor, I'm sorry, and she's still angry, my communication, my apology is still not good enough.
Yes.
Do you understand? If she's still angry, except she's a witch.
But wait,
but
no. So that's valid, but there are also the people that no matter how you take apologize, that apology.
Those are the witches
you
he's
are
talking
still
about.
there.
exactly. So
Like as you're even coming, approaching them, even your approach, they're already seeing the things that are not already
So
right.
in fact, Mama, in fact, and I think this is important. I don't know if we are rounding off now, but I think this has to be said. That I know when we come to singles meeting, and I've been to a couple of meetings like that. Singles want to talk about relationship and stuff. That is not where to start this thing from.
Yeah.
Let me backtrack a bit. So I said your relationship with God goes a long way in affecting who you are, and then your relationship with yourself. Do you know that some people don't know how to relate with themselves?
Yeah.
Some people are very bad in relating with themselves. Some people can't forgive themselves. Who know if you forgive himself, now you go forgive person.
Yes. That's so.
Some people forgive themselves too easily without analyzing the rubbish that they did. Do you understand? Don't let it go that easy. You must be able to extract wisdom from everything that happens, even within yourself. You must be able to look for the intelligence, because God is always speaking to us by the things that are around us, within us, everything. God is talking to you. But if you are not looking for wisdom, you won't see it. That's why I said seek, you will find. Knock and stuff. Ask questions and all that. But where I'm going exactly is, singles, we take friendship for granted. You overlook friendship. And I'll tell you what friendship is. Friendship is not carrying kakbo.
You know what?
Carrying kapo.
Kapo.
It's not. Friendship is not fidigbodi. Oh, sorry. Friendship is not me and my guy. Who's your guy? Let me tell you what friendship is. Friendship is crazy responsibility.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that God never gives you a finished product. Go and check it. God will never give you a finished product. Let me tell you something. If somebody gives you a car, that person did not give you a car.
So the unfinished part can be communication. No?
It can be anything. Okay, so let me go back to friendship. So friendship is responsibility, and this is what I mean. If you understand that God never gives you a finished product, you will now see that every person that comes into your life is a piece of project.
Yes.
And you have to take responsibility for their life, for getting them, even if it is not more than 1 inch better than you met them. Imagine if we all have such commitment to each other in friendship. People are not hearing me again. Puff has taken over. I know they talk twice. So I'm joking. But I want you to note this thing, right? And I want you to make it a mantra in your life that whoever you meet, however you can, 1 inch, even if it's 1 inch, you are going to add value to them. You are going to move them, no matter how tiny, forward a bit better than you met them. Imagine if I have that commitment to you and you have that commitment to me.
Yeah.
Sure. Imagine. So, like, don't let me see what life becomes easy. So we don't have to be watching each other. watching your, be living, walking on eggshells around, be watching your back, be careful unnecessarily. I should be able.
If I say this now, how would
I should be free enough to make a mess around you, and know that I will not be judged, and just know that you are going to see it. And in the love that we share, you are going to tell me, Shola, don't need to try, try. Do you understand? And I will not take it. I will not be offended because I know that you are seeking my. In fact, who knows the communication of love? I mean, the definition of love here. Those are the qualities of love. Love. Who can attempt? Does anybody? No, this is not even. I'm not trying to trick anybody. Do you have a definition of what love is really? Okay, let me give you my definition. It might not be accurate, but this is the one I've been working with, and I think it makes sense. Love. Write it down. It might come out in exam. Right? Love is a continuous commitment to the improvement of the next person.
No, guys, really write it down. Write it down. We need to write this one down. Write it down, please.
Is a continuous commitment to the improvement of the next person. What it means is that this person offended me, but I'm still committed to your improvement, irrespective. I won't, because you offended me, still. Do you know that if you offended me, but I'm still committed to your improvement, it will be easy for me to tell you that, because I want you to improve and do better next time. I will tell you that.
The next person will also understand it and be able to take it.
And take it. So it will be easy for me to tell you, sir, I understand what you are trying to say to me, but the way you talk calm, it's not good, it's not gel.
It's not passed through.
And let me also say something, that you can have emotions, but don't be emotional. Emotions at the best are signals. They are not the state of things. Emotion is like trafficator, is like indicator that tells you, it's like hunger pang. If you feel hungry, it doesn't mean that you are going to die. It's just telling you that it's time to put something in your belly, that there is a vacancy that you should feel. If you are angry, anger is an emotion. It's telling you that something is not right. If you are joyful, if you are happy, it's telling you that something is right. You look at it, what is right? Why am I? Do you understand? So don't let emotions. Because if we want to be emotional, if God was emotional, He could don't kill all of us. We go offend God. God will be emotional. You know that, I'm sorry, God will feel the emotion of, I'm not happy with these people. He will first go and tell Abraham and say, Abraham, people here. Abraham will not say, Baba, don't run like that. Reason out this way. Okay, if we see 50 people. That is God. God. So, do you understand that you can have emotions but not be emotional? If you are emotional, you are a baby and you are not qualified for a relationship yet. Stay in the friend zone. Friend zone anybody that is emotional around you. If they toast you, tell them you are not ready and they are not ready. If you too, you are having feeling for them, tell your feeling. Oh, ye feeling, you are just a feeling. I am not going to act on thou feeling. Because feeling is flimsy, it's fickle, it is unstable. It's like the waves of the sea. It can rise, it can fall. It can be there today and not be there tomorrow. So I hope you get this. I want you to, you know why I'm talking like this. Let me tell you why I'm talking like this. I'm talking like this because you will marry, and your marriage will be good. Yes. Your marriage will be solid. You will model, your marriage will be a model. Because marriage is coming under serious attack. And once marriage is attacked, family is attacked. And when family is attacked, society is in trouble. Society, Yahoo boys, prostitutes, they are a product of that came from dysfunctional marriages, that came from dysfunctional relationships, that came from dysfunctional friendships. Because in friendship, when you were supposed to be brushing each other up, you were going to beach to eat shawarma. You were flexing. You were going to cinema. You were not paying attention. Person do rubbish, you sweep them under the carpet. You know where Pam.
They were butterflies.
You know, even in friendship, you did not help the person improve. He was stupid when he met you. He's still stupid after on a quarrel. What's now the use of you in the life of that person? You are a very equally useless person. No, this is how I talk to myself, oh, bro. If I can't make a difference in your life, maybe your own can't pass my own. I would rather not be in your life than be in your life and not be able to make a difference. I'm very useless. It means that even me, I lack equipment. It means that even me, I'm not effective. I'm not an effective friend. If I can't help you get better. If I see say you don't want that dimension of friendship, I decide, but it's not by force. If this evangelist cannot win your soul, another evangelist will win your soul. So if I'm not the one God wants to use for you, maybe my choco and your choco, it a clash. God will send you your own Colorado. You know, so it has got the reason things. But I don't want to be in your life if I'm not going to make a difference in your life. If you don't give me that allowance, I will step back. Because there's every likelihood that if you are not giving me the allowance, there's every likelihood that there's nothing you have to add to me too. Sure. So it's a useless relationship. Anybody can buy shawarma, anybody can go to beach. Any two idiots, they can Yahoo boy and Yahoo gay, hook up gay, they go to Kini. Yeah, any idiot can be doing all those basic things together. But when it comes to the real cross of things, it takes people that are consciously journeying together. You know, so don't waste your time. Some of you are even pressed to get married now. You still don't have babe. The intelligence is don't waste your time with people that want to waste your time. The Bible said if you want good friends, show yourself friendly first. Do you understand? Master what it means to be a good friend. And you can't escape it. Because his friend, okay. There was one project I wanted to do. I got a 5 million funding from a friend from secondary school. I said I wanted to. And I'm like, and the guy said, from secondary school, we are not even close. But it means that when we were in secondary school, even if I did not treat him very good, I did not treat him bad. That he could freely. He said he has been thinking about it, that how can we do? If you see the boy, you can never imagine that he has that kind of money. You can never imagine. Simple human being to the core. Friendly guy. You know, so what I'm saying is that, sister, be careful. The brother is watching. Brother, be careful. The sister is watching. Okay. All the miracles, all the blessing, all the wife that you need, they are already around you. Who go marry Jessica? They are around her already. Who go marry you? See, at most, it's just two people in between the two of you. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that will marry you.
True.
If you don't behave well, they will not recommend you to that somebody that will recommend you to that somebody. This is how people miss out on blessings. This is how people miss out on destiny. And I'm telling you, everything, God is not wicked. Everything you will ever need is either within you or around you. Now you not the same because they behave like. Thank you.
So, just to add to what Oshara said, right?
You have 1 minute.
Wahala. I did not even say.
Sorry. Should we go ahead, ma?
So, excuse me, Jessica, I'm not your director here. I'm not.
Okay, ma.
So, I was going to say that one of the things that also would help is seeing that, in life, everything is towards a goal, right? There's nobody that, I think just having the mindset that nobody sets out to be wicked to you. Nobody sets out to do evil to you or to do bad to you, right? So sometimes I used to say then that people that went to secondary school or that had roommates when you were in school, right? That was already like a training ground for you to live with somebody else, because living with people is not easy, right? So if you look at it with that mindset that everywhere you find yourself is a training ground, it will also help you. So at that point, it's not about how this person or how that person understand first. So sometimes he was saying people are too easy, like people forgive themselves easily. Let's even take it a step forward. You know, you have a situation with someone and you look at it, or even, it's not even you are not even directly involved, and you look at it and you're like, what can I learn from this thing that just happened, so that if this kind of situation comes to me, you prepare ahead, so that you too, that's why sometimes we were still talking about it with Tommy yesterday, Gen Z issue. Sometimes I don't used to pity Gen Z when they are flogging them, they are flogged, because in my head, see, you don't go from this extreme to that extreme, because that's what used to cause trouble. And unfortunately, Gen Zs are getting married now. They are getting into relationships, they are getting married. And in my head, how will you handle some of these things? Because even little things, the way you used to, it's like, I can talk to anybody, anyhow I like, whatever I want to do, it is not your business. It's everybody's business. No man is an island. Anything, and if you go with that mindset that this thing that I'm doing now affects people around me, it affects the next person, it will make you put things in perspective. How you now begin to address things or handle things now becomes, you sometimes we don't think about it, we first act before we realize, this thing, it be like, say, and that's part of having yourself in check, right? Having yourself in check is not, I just, you just say, okay, this thing. And most of the time is when you train yourself, as you train yourself in that thing, you begin to master it. But when you don't even see it safe, you cannot even train yourself to not even get better. So sometimes it's always happening for you. It's not when you come to church, that message is not for me, it's for the next person. So let us too, even if we feel that we are good, let us still see ourselves in that message and sit down to take stock. So I went through a personal day. They will tell you that take stock of your time, take stock of yourself, take stock of the actions you take, right? So all those things just helps you be better, right? And when you're going through with people, when you're with people, either friendship, before you get to relationship and all of that, just know that whatever you start now, whatever you are doing now, that's how it will magnify. So if you are not willing to start making adjustments and all of that, you cannot reach there. You cannot say, when I meet the person, because even when you now have children, sorry, let me get to that point sharply before, you will learn to communicate with that child. Forget where parents used to say, I slap you. If you don't do, I will beat you, I will slap you, I will kick your head. You will not be afraid. See, now, if you don't communicate with your child, what's the law? It don't go. Communication is plain. It's not, there are other ways to discipline now, not you beat tire for your head. So you see that this communication thing is not it's something that you will need going forward till forever and ever and ever. So every opportunity you see, try to maximize it, practice it, learn it, begin to build yourself, because where you are going to is far. And if you want to get good results, you need to put in the work now, so that then it will come to you easily. You will master it. It will come to you easily, that you won't be able to teach other people around you and carry other people along with you.
Wow, this has been insightful. Guys, let's stand up and clap for our guests, please. You will get to
Mike, stand, one parting word, please. All these things that we are saying, nobody brought anything from heaven. So the summary is that all these things are learnable. But you must take the posture of a student for you to learn it. There is a set of intelligence that exists for relationship. You can't transfer financial success, the principles, to relationship. It's a different set of intelligence for financial prosperity, for ministry, for career. When it comes to relationship, people assume that we go run them. You will not run it. It will run you.
Run you
So
down.
please read books. It might be one book that will make the difference for you. Read, listen to messages, ask questions from when you see a DG. People that go to DG's house, she's not just Auntie Ad. Are they listening to me? Peace now. You're about to marry. Peace. When you go to her house, she's not just Sister Ada, JR's wife. She and JR, they are actually anointed for marital success. They have an anointing for it. That's why he's working. So you tap into that anointing. You tap into that grace. You listen to them. You submit to them. I'm saying to everybody, I'm just saying that God in his faithfulness will place these models around you. Tap from them, learn from them, ask questions, no matter how ridiculous. Ask.
No, because one of the things missing is actually mentorship, not just for relationships.
We are going now.
It's actually mentorship. It's not even just about marriage.
So please, there's a lot of. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. There's a lot of learning you have to do, and it doesn't matter your age. You can be 45 if you are still single. I heard Pastor Poju saying it over and over again before he got married, and he was of age before he got married. He will say, I asked my mom. He said, I asked my mom, and then my mom told me, if you marry any girl, what is ministry you are doing? If you go and marry Vashti, all the men in your church, their wife will not be respecting them again. I mean, you could see that he was still taking counsel from his mom until he stopped saying that thing after he got married. As Pastor Poju is, big man, where they even teach other people. Do you understand? So you have to learn it until you like DJ said, get a mastery of it, and you have a good handle on it. You can learn it. So please go for that intelligence. When they say relationship seminar, don't say no, go. When they say a relationship book, read it. Relationship message, listen to it. Relationship somebody, ask questions. You cannot be over prepared, but you can be under prepared, and it will bite you. So God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Praise God. Praise God. Praise God.
The other part of the whole this thing, I was saying that mentorship, that's one of the things people don't value. Like, you don't rate mentorship this time. I mean, it's not just about relationship, just generally. People don't rate mentorship. It's like, I can do bad all by myself. You cannot do bad all by yourself. You cannot, like, nobody, even like me, I still talk to the people that I talk to. I will still, even Pimo herself, she knows. Sometimes I don't come directly. I will just put one thing and I will get my answer. There are some that will come, Pimo, I need your thoughts on this. And she will answer me on that matter. There are some that will use like this to have wisdom. And then sometimes it's not just about you even asking. It's about also watching. So I was telling Osha, I said, most of the things, even that I was telling him, I said, me and Pastor Timmy, I'm sure that most of the things that we know, some things, Pastor Dede, Pastor Maureen, they not sit down and say, so sit down, let's teach you. It was by seeing, by watching, right? You see how they behave. And you don't go to people that will front for you. And tomorrow, when you go, they are another. Don't go and meet those kind of people. I pray that the Holy Spirit will lead you right. Don't meet those kind of people, because you will not get the real deal. Most times now, it's Instagram that is our mentor. Don't allow Instagram be your mentor in anything that you are doing, because you see that they never pretended around us. You come today, if they want to argue, they will do the argument in front of you. It's not their business. They will do it. It's their house. If you don't like it, step outside, please. They will do, like, they will live their life irrespective of who is there. They don't know how to, let them go say, we'll talk our talk. The reason why some people will wait before they fight is because that fight, they want to really fight it. The fight is because you will have arguments. You and someone, you people are not, you will have arguments. But you can have sane arguments, right? You can agree to disagree. You can you can have, but it's when they want to give bass blows, they will not be in front of you. Then when you now go, they will not bring the real self out. They will not do what they want to do. But all I'm just trying to say, mentorship, never disregard that place. I listened to someone that said, in his marriage, right? They are marriage counselors. They have couples above them, older couples that they listen to. They have couples that they are like their friends, they are contemporaries. Then they have younger couples that they listen to. It's not that they teach, they listen to. So that I'm just saying all of that to say that even people that go to take courses in all these things, them too, they know that even if they've taken courses, they can still not know it or everything by themselves. So never disregard. That's one of the things that I personally see going smooth, subtly. It's just going away subtly like this. People are not paying attention to mentoring, and it's not good. You will learn all of that, all these things. You'll be able to ask questions, and that's another reason why you are in church like this. Don't come to church and say, I'm coming, I'm going. Don't be gated. Don't do all of that. People are not interested in following you and being your business and wanting to have your gist. You will do yourself a disservice. You will miss out on plenty things, because when you go and collect counsel, they will not give you the one that have sense. They will give you something else. So never disregard. You see, this community. Don't say I'm by myself. Don't be by yourself. It's not healthy. It will not help you. Yes, that's.
Thank you, ma'am. No, please. Thank you.
Okay, to mentorship. Mentorship is not somebody trying to take control of your life. So I know many young people are afraid of mentorship or submitting to a mentor or something. It's not like they are going to be dictating your life. It's just to provide oversight. In fact, sometimes you tell mentors something and your mentor will say, okay, and that's all. He won't advise you. But for the fact that you did that, you will just find it easy to navigate. Mentor can do a lot of things. Can pray for you, can do a lot of things with you. So you cannot date somebody that says, I don't want third party in our relationship. That thing is a devilish thing. It's not third party. It is submission. It is accountability. Is somebody you have mutual respect for. When I was going to get married, I gave my wife 2 numbers. I said, call this one, call this one. If the bolts on my head begin loose, you don't need my permission. Don't tell me that you want to call, that you are going to call them and report my misgivings. And I'm not afraid because I'm safe with these people. So you must have that kind of cover over yourself. This topic no go finish. So subsequently, other editions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
much. Thank you so much, DG. Thank you so much, Ushara. Thank God that they mentioned the whole, what's it called? Is this mic good?
Yes, it is. We can hear you.
Praise God. This is better. Thank God that they mentioned the whole submission and mentorship thing, because I also wanted to touch on it briefly, but they've done that. Let me just say from a single person's point of view, because I used to be of the... I was the chairperson of, why is someone else in my business? I don't need... Do you understand? But the truth of the matter is, like he said, it will preserve you. I've learned a whole lot about marriage in the past 1 to 2 years, and I understand that there's a place for you submitting to authority, submitting to counsel from people that are seasoned, people that are spiritual. Because people's knots, the knots in people's heads can lose. And you need somebody that has screwdriver and will be screwed even when the person doesn't want to be screwed.
Yeah, that's another one.
And you also have to be that type of person that even when you are like, no, you need back, because of that person, because you submitted yourself to that person, when they are screwing the knot, even when you are like, and still allow them to screw that knot. So, yes, we don't want people in our business, but we need people in our business so that we can have a business. The second key point is, the thing that Oshara said about love being a commitment. Please, can we stop the side talks? Thank you. It's pretty important that we, love being a commitment to people. Love being a commitment to people. It really hits me because the truth of the matter is you need to realize your role in even a friendship. If your friend, you are not able to counsel your friend and you're not able to receive counsel from your friend, then maybe you shouldn't be in that friendship. I have a question, but I'm not going to ask the question. Maybe I'll ask him or DG privately. But yes, we need to really understand what friendship is, because friendship nowadays is just really easy. We are quick to cancel surface. We're quick to cancel people. We're quick to cancel anybody that comes and tells us the truth, because honestly, people don't. They say they like the truth, but they don't. So having a friend is someone that you should be able to talk to. I remember saying that. I joked about it with the podcast crew that I wanted to do a friendship agreement. And the content of the friendship agreement, we will both sign it, is you should be able to correct me, I should be able to correct you without the other person feeling some kind of way. Because now in this era where we are, people will feel like, oh, she shouldn't have spoken to me like that and all of that. But then when you realize that you have a role to play in people's lives, you'd look away from yourself and still do what you need to do. I'm saying that because that's how I am. Like, if I realize that you are like you don't want to receive counsel, I will still be there with you. Okay, but I'm not going to give you that counsel, and your life will be spoiling, and I will be seeing your life is spoiling, and because you don't want to hear. But the truth of the matter is, if and my brother has said it a lot of times, that you cannot allow this person to be doing this thing. If this person is really your friend, but I'm like, politically correct, let's not really hurt anybody's feelings. But yes, the person's feelings should be hurt so that you can preserve the person. Yes, you pray. But that's what I usually do. I'll just pray for the person and just, God, please touch the person's heart. But, punish him so that but we also need to be proactive. When our friends are going in a particular direction, because that friendship is key, we need to still say, I don't think this is advisable. Of course, we love, but we still need to be able to do that. Have those tough conversations. It's hard for me. I'm saying this because they know that it's hard for me. But we are here, we are learning every day. We keep learning, and we have to keep doing it. These conversations that we're having is not just because we just want to talk about it. It's so that we can learn and our lives will change. There's no point in having these conversations and our lives are not changing. We've just wasted our time. So out of everything that has been said, we streamed. You can go back to listen to it on the live. And by God's grace, we'll have it maybe in a podcast format or whatnot, so that you can go back and listen. There are a lot of gems to pick from it. I learned a lot from both of them without their knowledge. Like, they will be shocked at the things I've learned from them. And it is by association, which really stresses the whole mentorship thing. Your mind has to change. You cannot be with somebody for a very long time and then your mind has not changed. It will also help you with the quality of relationships. Your quality of relationships will determine the quality of, friendship, will determine the quality of your dating relationship, of your partner, because that influences your value. If your relationships are valueless and they don't have restraint, they don't have boundaries and all of that, your partner would not be a great one. And you will have issues because, of course, you are not submitted to anybody. So please, let's just take this advice. Let's take this counsel. We're not trying to drum relationship into your head. We're not trying to overflog the issue. It's because there's actually a serious problem and we need to talk about it. We need to change, right? So these few points of mine, I really want to appreciate Director Oshara and DG for responding, because this was very, very short notice, and then they are here. We really, really honor you. Thank you so much
for. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
for your counsel. It's been so awesome. And a huge round of applause to Gospel, our host.
They forced me into this.
He did a splendid job. He really handled this. So please, come on, round of applause. Thank you guys so much. I also want to appreciate Peace Joseph, who is the chairperson of the Enjoyment Squad. Even we should clap for her now. She's doing such a great work. Peace is such a capable person. She's small but mighty. She's very unassuming. And if you don't have the eyes, and she's bigger than me, but she's small, whatever, I shall know she's mighty.
Her name is Baby.
Sorry,
please,
no
please.
verse.
Her name
Right.
is Baby, please. Don't remove the baby. It's very important.
So, anyways, she is very unassuming. You just, like, she's one of those people that you just say, but she has a lot of power in her. She's very capable. She has done this, put together this awesome program, did everything calmly, peacefully, like her name. And, we really honor you. We celebrate you. God bless you. Thank you for making this really easy. So please, guys, support her. Let's not forget our podcast. This is really, why we are doing this, so that people's lives will be blessed, so that people's lives will be changed. Everything they've been saying here, my head was just hot because I'm like, oh my God, I need to change. I even repented from something that I'm going to just DJ about after. So that's why we're having these conversations, and that's why we're doing this podcast, so that we can make it available for other people to listen and for their lives to change. It's very important to me that people's lives change, right? So please, let's support this. We're giving 2K till September each month, right? And you can give more than that. People have been sending in their funds, and it's really great. So please give to this. You can give more. God will bless you. Your seed zone is blessed. This is the way you are funding the gospel, right? So, thank you so much, DG. A round of applause for them as they step out. Woo! Thank you. And with that, we've come to the end of the hangout. Bye.
Thanks, guys.